Hey, Lemon Squeezies. Is Ain't That a Mother and Pinky? Or BLT as you guys know her. We're just coming through to do an update. It's been probably at least a month since the last time I did a video. So this will be her 2-month update video. There's my beautiful baby. And she is actually 10 weeks as of today. So she's 2.5 months. And we are doing very, very well. I got my notes over here. Yesterday she had her 2-month appointment and she got her shots. So she's still a little cranky from yesterday, but doing much better than she was yesterday. And I'm sorry about the quality of this video, but the sun is going down. I've tried to record this video like 6 times, and the sun is going down now, so I'm trying to use this lamp for light, and it's just really, really harsh. So yeah. Say hi. So yeah. So yesterday we had her appointment, and she weighs 12 pounds 9 ounces, and she's 21.5 inches. So she is bigger than 90% of babies her age, but she is about the same height as 25% of babies her age. So she's pretty short, but she's making up for it in her weight. And her doctor doesn't seem to be too concerned about it. He said that as she gets taller and as she starts moving around more, she'll start to burn more calories and she'll start to grow into her weight. So yeah. Her grandmother, Pop's mom, was kind of concerned about her weight and had actually called her obese and had me all worried and everything. But she's perfectly healthy. Say hi! I'm trying to get you in the light so everybody can see you. Say hello. My name is Brooklyn. Hey! So, yeah, she weighed 12 pounds 9 ounces yesterday, and she is 21.5 inches. And there we go. That's a little bit better. But she got 3 shots yesterday, and then she also got a oral vaccination, which was like a clear liquid that they gave to her. And she did pretty good for the shot. She definitely cried, and I cried too. And then I put her directly to the breast, and she was still a little upset, but she fell asleep in the car on the way home, and then she slept for a long time when we got home, so I actually had to wake her up for her next feeding. And when I woke her up, she was absolutely livid. She was not happy at all. And I noticed that her injection site around where she got her shots in her left leg was red and swollen. I checked her temperature. She didn't have a temperature at all. But, yeah, that's a little bit better. Uh-oh, be careful. That's one of my little friends that I'm watching. Yeah, that's better. We can see better now. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you again. So, I called the nurse line to ask them about her injection site, and they said that for the vaccination that she received, that it was normal. It was a normal reaction, and just to keep a close eye on her temperature. And they also suggested that I give her a little bit of children's Tylenol to help her pain and to keep her from getting the temperature. So we did that, and she did pretty good. But she did wake up a lot more than she normally does. And then when she would wake up, she was really cranky. She was like screaming. It was almost like she was having a bad dream. Like she would just wake up out of her sleep screaming. So I sat up with her till about 6 o'clock this morning just to make sure she was going to be okay, and took her temperature several times and everything. And so I'm rather tired. But just wanted to make sure that she was okay. Like I said, I'm babysitting right now, so I've got Shark Boy and Lava Girl playing in the background. This is one of my favorite movies, so I'm kind of distracted. I apologize. We also talked to the doctor about her navel, her belly button. When she was born, she had an outie, and I wasn't too concerned about it. But her grandmothers, my mom and Pop's mom, seemed to be rather concerned about it, saying that it could eventually turn into a hemorrhage, or not a hemorrhage, a hernia is the word I'm looking for. I apologize. Like I said, I'm really tired. But it could eventually turn into a hernia. So they suggested that I tape it down using a $50. And so what I did with that is I just wrapped a 50-cent piece in medical tape, and then I tape it down to her belly. But I don't use like the really sticky kind of medical tape, and when I take it off, I soak her in the bathtub to get it off so it doesn't hurt her or anything like that. So yesterday when we went in for her appointment, I asked the doctor about it, and he said that it's really not going to do anything as far as healing it. It will add some support to it, and it'll keep the skin from stretching, so that once it does heal, do you really have to pee? No. Okay, let's sit down and watch the movie. You do have to pee? Okay, let's sit down and watch the movie. That's part of the reason why I've had to record this video so many times today, because every time I start recording, either my phone rings or someone falls and hurts themselves, or they have to pee or something, the baby starts crying, so I've had to restart this video a zillion times, and like I said, now I'm out of sunlight. But let's see. Oh yeah, so I talked to the doctor about her belly button, and he said that it will heal on its own by the time she's 1, and not to really worry about it. Oh, big yawn, mommy. Woo! Big yawn. He said it'll heal itself, but he said basically what I'm doing with the $50 is I'm just hiding it, and he's like, if it makes you feel better, you can continue to do that, but it's really not necessary. So I've decided to continue doing it because, in my opinion, it does seem to support it a lot more, especially when she's grouchy, she's screaming, or she's really gassy and she's straining or something. And when you first take it off, it does seem to not be out as much. But we're just going to wait and see what happens with that. But I'm going to continue taping it down. Put my notes away. And I also talked to her pediatrician about piercing her ears. Most of the places down here won't pierce the baby's ears until they're either between 3 months and 6 months. And they charge like $55. And one of the mothers that I babysit for, she had mentioned that she was going to take her daughter to her pediatrician to get her ears pierced. And I didn't know that doctors did that. And she was like, yeah, just ask your doctor. So I asked him about that yesterday, and he does pierce ears. He charges $25, and he'll do them anytime for me now that she's had her first shot. So we're trying to decide when we're going to do that. But I originally planned on not piercing her ears as a baby and letting it be one of those things that she earns, like when she turns 10 or 11 or whatever. But I definitely want her to have her little sparkle, so we're going to go ahead and get her ears pierced. And I'm going to have her pediatrician do it. And then he also got on us about co-sleeping. He doesn't like the fact that she sleeps in the same bed with us. And that never really was the plan originally, but it just works best for us. But he scared the crap out of me yesterday with, different stories and stuff like that. So I think that's part of the reason why I sat up with her until 6 o'clock in the morning too, is because I was afraid something was going to happen after everything that he told me. So we talked about that, and then she goes back in 2 months to have, I believe he said, 2 more shots is when she'll go back. She'll get 2 more shots. So we're still breastfeeding exclusively. She still hasn't had a drop of formula, and I feel really good about that. You can definitely tell that her appetite is increasing. I was doing a lot of pumping there for a while. I'm not really sure why I was trying to get like this huge freezer stash, even though I'm never away from her. And I was pumping up all of her milk, so I would pump it and freeze it, and then it'd be time for her to nurse, and there'd be nothing left. So she wasn't too happy with me about that. So I have eased up on the pumping and freezing. And like when we go over her grandmother's house, her grandmother always wants to give her a bottle, so I make sure I feed her before we leave. That way by the time we get there and she gets hungry, I can go ahead and pump a bottle and they can feed her that instead of like having the milk already frozen. She sleeps very well. She usually only wakes up once, maybe twice a night. Like I said, last night she was up about 5 times just because she wasn't happy. She was quite cranky. But she usually only wakes up between once and twice a night. And usually by the time she wakes up that second time, the sun is already up. And we are cloth diapering now. We've been cloth diapering for going on 3 weeks. No, not that long. Maybe about 2 weeks now. 2.5, something like that. And it's a lot easier than I expected it to be, especially because I started off with disposables. I'm sure it's really easy when you exclusively cloth diaper from the beginning, but I thought that switching from disposables to cloth would be a little difficult, but it actually wasn't that bad. I definitely need more diapers to keep me from having to do laundry every day. And I have lots of pre-folds, but I just found that the pre-folds aren't as absorbent as the microfiber fleece that come with her flip diapers and her Bum Genius 4.0s. So I kind of prefer just to use those, and I only use the pre-folds if, you know, I'm doing laundry or it's some type of an emergency, because I have to change her quite frequently with the pre-folds. And originally I had to do the same thing with her Bum Genius diapers. But now that they're being washed more, they're starting to be more absorbent. So I'm definitely having to stay on top of changing her diaper to keep her from getting diaper rash, because with the cloth diapers you can't use diaper rash cream, which was something I was doing with the disposable diapers. So I have been using diaper liners so that I can use the diaper rash cream, but I don't use it every diaper change like I was with the disposables. I only use it like if she's starting to look a little irritated. Let's see, her personality, she's definitely smiling and cooing a lot. She loves to have long conversations with Papa. She usually wakes up pretty smiley in the morning. She's lifting her head and holding her head. She's still a little, you know, unstable, but we're working on it. She's using her legs more. She's even jumped a couple of times, like in my lap, like kind of stiffen herself out and jump. And we're spending a lot more tummy time with her and stuff like that to strengthen the muscles in her neck and in her back and arms and things like that. And I tried her christening gown on her the other day, and it almost fits. It's just a little bit too big around the neck and the arms, so it's almost time to get her christened. I really wanted to get her christened before now, but her dress is so beautiful that I'm trying to wait for her to grow into it. So we're going to hopefully be doing that within the next couple of weeks. And we're trying to plan a trip to Ohio to go and see my family there, maybe around Thanksgiving time. My little sister Tootie, who I did a video with a while back, she's expecting, and her baby shower is probably going to be around that time. Because she's due in December. We're going to put her back in there in a little while. So we are trying to get to Ohio for around Thanksgiving time. And that's pretty much it as far as an update on the baby. She's just a dream. Her hair is starting to get longer, and it's starting to curl up a little bit more, but it's still straight for the most part. It's more wavy than it is curly. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to send me messages or whatever. As far as myself, I still haven't had an AF cycle at all since I had the baby, which isn't, you know, which is quite normal for someone who's breastfeeding. I've definitely lost a lot of weight. I wish I could do a belly shot for you guys right now. Maybe I'll do one in my next video, but that's just doing a little bit too much. Like, thank God I'm even able to get this much of a video recorded at this point. But I've lost a lot of weight. I'm actually smaller than I was before I had my baby, so I'm actually able to wear a lot of my old clothes and things like that. Even though I don't go anywhere, I usually just wear pajamas throughout the day, jammy pants and tank tops like I have on now. But yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. My incision is completely healed. I don't have any pain or anything like that. Every once in a while, I'll get like a little bit of like that tugging feeling that I used to get when I first had my C-section. But it's not as bad. I can't think of anything associated with my C-section that still bothers me. So we're doing pretty good. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure when I went in for my 6-week appointment. My blood pressure was a little high when I was pregnant, but they said it was like really, really high when I went in. So they prescribed me a medication for that. And I'm supposed to go back in a month to have that rechecked. So keep me in your prayers as far as that's concerned. I was having a little bit of like seeing spots and stuff like that. And from time to time I still do. So, and it is, hereditary. That is something that my mother and my grandmother both dealt with, is high blood pressure. So I was a little depressed at first because I think I'm a little bit too young for that. I just turned 30 in July. But I have to do whatever I have to do to take care of myself, not just for myself, but for the baby as well. So that wasn't easy to accept, but I'm doing what I have to do to make that right. I wanted to say thank you to a couple of people. I made a couple of shout outs like for gifts and things. Like I try to keep on top of it, like when you guys would send her gifts, to make sure that I gave you a shout out either in my next video or on Facebook. But there's 3 shout outs in particular that I've really wanted to give. So the first one is for Anthony from Lesbian Family Diaries. The Medela bottles that you gave me are absolutely perfect for us. Those are the only bottles that I purchased. I got a couple of bottles from her baby shower, but those are my absolute favorite. So I just wanted to thank you for those. Those are a lifesaver, and it's definitely something that we use on a daily basis. So thank you for those. I also wanted to say thank you to Jessica. She has sent me a really nice box of toys and books and clothes and washcloths and everything like that. So I just wanted to make sure I told you thank you. And then to my girls Sonia and Bam, they sent me, I'm going to actually grab it real quick if you guys give me a second. It's right in the baby's room. Hold on. It's okay, booty. She sent me this really nice, I'm not really sure what to call it, but it's like a frame box. Here, let me put the baby down and I'll show you. Hi, baby. I love you, baby. She's feeling much better today. She's nice and smiley. But this is what Sonia and Bam sent me. And this is the baby's initials, Brooklyn Eliza, and our last name. And then it says love and pinky across the bottom with a butterfly and a picture of her ultrasound. This is so cute. Like every time people come over to visit, I always show this off to them. So this is from Sonia and Bam. So I just wanted to make sure I said thank you for that. And I think that's really about it. Oh, yesterday was Miss Lolly's birthday, so I wanted to make sure that I said happy birthday, happy belated birthday. I know I said something on Facebook yesterday, but I just wanted to say something in my video today. Happy birthday to Miss Lolly. She was my very first friend off of Facebook and YouTube, my cycle buddy. Like, I love and miss her so much. Like, I haven't really been in contact with very many people lately just because, that mommy life is real. But, just want to make sure I send a happy birthday shout out to her. That's really about it. Papa's doing amazing. Sorry she still hasn't recorded any videos, but you guys know how she is. She's really shy, but she's doing really well. She absolutely is wrapped around the finger of this little girl. She's just, I don't know, it's just really sweet to see her nurturing and rushing home to take care of baby. And I don't know, she has that touch. Like, I feel like sometimes that she hangs out with Pop and she only comes to me for business, to get her diaper changed or to get breastfed or something like that. But the rest of the time she's hanging out with Pop. They wake up in the morning singing, and she always tells her how much she loves her. And it's just a beautiful thing to see our relationship blossom as parents. So other than that, I guess follow me on Instagram. Friend me on Facebook. I'm on all of my sites under the same name, Ain't That a Mother. I don't use my Twitter page. I originally said that the Twitter page, sorry, they're getting a little excited. I originally said that the Twitter page was going to be for when I went into labor, but I never actually used it, so I don't really use my Twitter page. But Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Shout out to everybody who's still trying to conceive. It will happen. I was there. Shout out to all the new BFPs. Shout out to all the new mommies. And I guess that's really about it. So I'll do one last shot with Pinky so you guys can see her. Say bye, Pinky. Say bye-bye. Say see you guys later. Yeah, she's starting to get tired. All right. Well, it was good talking with you guys. Take it easy, living squeezies.